Let's party. Auntie Claire's spiritual hotline. Auntie Claire's spiritual hotline. Auntie Claire's spiritual hotline. It's a spiritual hotline. Hello, my shooting stars. We are here with Auntie Claire's spiritual hotline. We're kicking it off. This is the first episode. I don't know, whatever we want to call it. This is the first episode. We are going to be doing this every new moon for now. Who knows? Maybe more. How are we doing, first of all? Before we get into this, how are we doing? How's everybody feeling? I know the world's a little crazy right now. I know a lot of you is like chaos, and it's a little chaotic. It's a little chaotic out here. Don't worry. It's non-alcoholic. I'm off the stuff. Gonna be a hot mess. Some of these calls that I've got, we're gonna get into the calls a little bit later. Got some calls, I've got some texts. Not gonna take any live calls on the air. I know some of you thought you were gonna hold off to call me live on the air. That would take too long, sweetheart. I don't got time for that. Get in, get out. Tell me what's going on and I'll give you an answer. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Send me a text. Leave me a voice note, voicemail, whatever. My shooting stars, I'm really excited to be here with you all on this beautiful new moon. I'm going to be with you on new moons. And, you know, I figured we would start off our shows talking a little bit about astrology because the planets are planeting right now, as the kids say. The planets are planeting. And what does that mean? The planeting, hello, get with the times. The planets are doing some crazy shit right now. We've got Mars in retrograde. We've got Venus going into her shadow period of retrograde. And so, Auntie, but what does that mean? I don't give a fuck. What does that mean? Don't text your ex, okay? Don't text your ex. Put the phone down. I know. I get it. These planets got you thinking about what you used to have, and maybe they're changed, and maybe they're different, and maybe it could work out now. No, it can't. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. No. No, sweetheart. Sorry. He's still a piece of shit. Anyway, so don't text your ex. But also we've got this new moon in Aquarius with the sun in Aquarius, the sun and the moon in Aquarius right now. Aquarius is a weird sign. They're weird. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Weird's good. We like weird around here. I'm a little weird, you know? We like weird. But they're weird. Hey, what, you know? We're all a little weird. But Aquarius kind of loves being weird. And that's mostly because they don't really feel like they fit in. And they kind of don't. And that's okay. We love them anyway. But when we're in Aquarius season and we've got all these planets in Aquarius season, especially the moon, and then all these other planets going retrograde, you're going to feel a little bit like an outcast. You're going to feel a little bit like the odd man out. And I know a lot of yous, God love you. You're already feeling like a little bit of a black sheep. A lot of yous, you're already the outcast. And that's okay. That's why Auntie loves you. I will always be your auntie, even if your homophobic auntie doesn't love you anymore, or your racist auntie doesn't love you anymore. I'll be your auntie, okay? Don't worry about it. But anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, Aquarius. You're going to feel a little bit like the odd man out, okay? You're going to feel a little bit like an oddball. And what do you do when you feel a little bit like an oddball? Do you beat yourself up? Or do you get weird and get creative and start being the version of you that you want to be? Maybe you're in this weird season to see just how weird you can get. Maybe you've been suppressing your weird for a little bit too long. Maybe you've not been allowing yourself to be a weirdo. And that Aquarius energy is going to come in and usher you into your weirdness and say, hello, my little weird, My little weirdy weirdo. Hello? Come on in. Give me a hug, give me a kiss, have a cup of tea. Keep being weird. Keep being weird. Lean into the weird. Lean into the weird. Lean into it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You've always been weird, but now you're showing the world. That's what I love to hear. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And it's only going to kind of get even more amplified after this new moon. Get weird. I don't know anything about the censorship over here. Sometimes they don't like what the people be saying. And it's not me, I promise. So I say all that to say, this new moon, exciting energy. Exciting energy to manifest. Exciting energy to manifest the version of you that you want to become. Exciting exciting energy. It's momentous energy. I know a lot of you are wanting to rest. You can rest while still plan. You can rest while still be creative. You can do both. You can do two things at once. I know you do it all the time. A lot of you are taking a shit and watching me right now. Two things at once. Hello? That's the astrology of right now. That's really what's going on. Also, we've got Saturn in Pisces. And, you know, he doesn't really like being there. Saturn is very disciplined. Saturn is very, I know what I want and I know how to get it and I'm going to do what I need to do to get it. And Pisces, kind of like, hey, I'll get there when I get there, you know? And so he kind of doesn't really like hanging out there, but he's there. He's going to be there for a while. He's going to be there for a while. So bear in mind, all that's going on. Not to mention, Saturn, he's all about the money. He's Daddy Saturn, big bucks, you know? And Pisces as well, that energy, I'll get it when I get it. I'll see it when I see it. Doesn't really work with that, you know? Those two things don't really align. You know what I mean? But anyway, I think that's really it. I think that's the most important astrological transits we've got going on right now. I want to move into a segment that I've been really excited about talking about because now that Peachka has been having me on her socials and she's basically got me being an assistant for her, and I don't know how I feel about it. She's got me taking over this show. She's got me looking at the algorithm, whoever that is, and I'm scrolling and I'm looking at these apps and I'm on TikTok and I'm on Instagram and I've never been on these things before. And let me tell you, there is so much information out there. I'm going to tell you what really fogs my third eye, all right? Back in my day, you would have maybe 5 maximum psychics in your town with a shop, with a storefront, okay? Maybe maximum 5, if you're lucky, okay? And I mean, obviously you had the girls who were doing shit behind closed doors. You had the witches who were always witches and they didn't have a shop and they were doing shit for their community and whatever. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the girls with the stores. I'm talking about the girls when you see the palm in the window and the psychic sign. You know what I mean? Maybe 5 maximum. And 4 out of those 5s was frauds, okay? So really, you had one good town psychic. There was one. There was maybe one that you could go and you could pay her for a reading and you knew you were getting the truth and you knew that you could trust her. You know she wasn't just taking your money and playing on your downfall, you know? And so when I'm here on these apps, when I'm here on TikTok, and I'm here on Instagram, and, you know, even on the Twitch and whatever, you know, there's dozens, hundreds of these broads doing readings. Don't get me started on the men. Don't get me started on the men, because it'll be a cold day in hell before you catch me getting a tarot reading from a man. Okay? No shade or whatever the kids are saying. Not for me. When you're scrolling on these apps, on the TikTok, and on the Instagrams, and the Pinterests, and wherever else you're at, there's, like I said, dozens, hundreds of these broads giving readings. Hundreds. And let me tell you, anyone can call themselves a reader. Anyone can call themselves a psychic. Anyone can call themselves a Reiki master. Anyone can call themselves anything. Okay? And the amount of people that they got looking at them, hanging out with them, paying them, following them or whatever, does not mean that they know what they're doing. Okay? So, back in the day, when we knew that there were only 5 psychics and 4 of them were frauds, what did we do? We told everybody else about the frauds. Why aren't you telling the people about the frauds? And I'm not talking about these scammers, because Peachka told me all about the scammers. Peachka told me all about the fake accounts. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them. They know that they're scammers. They don't hide the fact that they're scammers, which, hey, you can respect it at least. At least they know what they're doing. But some of these readers writing things on index cards, where's the divinity in that? Bitches were pulling from playing cards before they were writing their own index cards. Well, what the hell are we doing? And no one's saying anything about it, and we're all just okay, and you're paying them for it? You might as well write your own index cards and just write down what you want to see. I don't understand what we're doing. Somebody please enlighten me. I would love to know. I'm getting all worked up. It's getting hot in here. Like I said, it's really fogging my third eye. It's not even about getting your money, because get your money, because there are lots of ways, apparently, to get your money on the internet, because I do want to talk about this, and this is something really real, because I was astounded and bombarded on my For You page earlier today. Mind you, I'm just learning about the app. Mind you, I don't know what TikTok is. They tried to take it away before I could even get on it, and now I'm trying to get on it, and I don't even know what it is. And I saw this cute girl. She had her pigtails. It was adorable. I mean, girl, she was 22, 24 at most. And she, real cute, sat down at a pottery station. And I was like, oh my God, she's about to show us her crafts. It's so cute. I love this. Let me tune in. I want to see you make your little vase or whatever. Unbeknownst to me, I was watching porn. Unbeknownst to me, she started jerking off the pottery. I was astounded and flabbergasted and taken aback. And then I look, and she's looking at me. She's got eye contact, and she's and her nipples are poking through her shirt. And I said, "Oh my God, this is not what I thought it was." I was reeled in by the craft, and then taken over by what I was really seeing. And honestly, good for her. Good for her. Do your thing. If my girls were like that still, I would do the same thing. However, the comments, men lusting out loud. What are the kids called? Thirsty, parched, loud in the comments, loud. And I could go to their page and I could see their wives and their children and their boats and the fish that they caught 2 days ago in the comments. And I loud. I was truly astounded and shocked and flabbergasted, because similar to the 5 psychics that you had in the town, you had maybe 2 town whores, maybe, that were allowed about it. The other ones, again, were doing it in private behind closed doors, just like the tarot readers were. But you had maybe 2. And now, they're everywhere. We're going to get into some of these calls, some of these texts, some of these messages. I'm going to start off with something pretty easy, I think. Something pretty easy, I think. Oh my God, I thought we got disconnected. I got so scared for a second.
Auntie Claire, my best friend's kid is a total asshole. So I don't want to hang out with her anymore, but I miss my best friend. What do I do?
Oh my God. You can hear the pain in her voice. Oh God. Oh, God love her. Oh, you can hear the pain in her voice. She misses her best friend. I'll pull a card, but honestly, you gotta tell the truth to your friend. You gotta tell the truth to your friend. You gotta tell her that a kid's an asshole. Maybe not in those words. Maybe be nice about it. Maybe don't say the word asshole. But depending on how old the kid is, depending on if he's a teenager or if he's still young, either way, that's his mother. You gotta tell her. And if she is one of those boy moms, you gotta tell her anyway. Even more, you gotta tell her. I've seen it time and time again. The mother, she coddles the son turns into a total asshole, and then he goes destroying people's lives all around the town. I've seen it a million times. You gotta tell her. You gotta tell her. Especially if you love her, especially if it makes you not want to hang out with her, you gotta tell her. Because she can do something about it. That's your best friend? That's your best friend, and you think her son is an asshole, and that means you don't want to hang out with her? You gotta tell her. Hello? We just not telling our friends anything? You gotta be truthful. I mean, what are we building our friendships on if it's not honesty? If it's not truth? If it's not truth? What are we even friends for? If we can't be honest? And I will consult the cards. We can see. We can see. But I think we all know. I think we all know the answer here. I think we all can agree. You gotta be honest. Now, it's an even bigger question then. If this is a friend that you can't be honest with. Because if that's the problem, which it might be, then we have to consider, do you really even want to be friends with this type of person? If you can't tell them the truth, if you can't be honest with them, if you can't be a flaws and all kind of friendship, then is it even that sturdy of a friendship? Furthermore, if this is your best friend and her son's an asshole, where did he learn it from? And if that's your best friend and her son is an asshole, she might also be an asshole. Or the kid's father might be an asshole, her husband, her partner, her boyfriend, whatever. So we gotta zoom out. We gotta take a better look. We gotta analyze a little bit more, because it sounds like the asshole son, might be the tip of the iceberg. It might just be, that might be the slippery slope towards honesty about a lot of other things. And I can understand that. I get it. I get that. I get that we may not want to hurt somebody's feelings, maybe not hurt somebody's feelings, but if you love your friend the way you say you love your friend, if you love your friend the way you say you love your friend, then it shouldn't be that hard, to be honest. Let's get a card for the hell of it. Hello, my shooting stars. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Would you just look at that? 10 of cups. 10 of cups. It could all be hunky-dory. It could all be happy endings. It could all be sunshine and rainbows. If you were honest, if you told the truth. Look, that's you and her shitty kids. And her asshole kids. Her asshole son and her asshole daughter. And you are all having such a good time skipping around in the park. Perfect. Okay, let's move on. Let's go. Let's get a message from a text. Someone keeps calling me about a very specific problem, and they've texted me about this problem as well. I promise I will play your voice note very soon. And I know it's a very serious problem, and I'm sure you're in the chat waiting to hear me answer your problem because I know it's chronic and I know that it's very uncomfortable for you. But we will get to it very soon. Please know that. Got a question from Ashley. She says she's been a single broad for years. Is there any love in her future? And I know from my scrolling on these apps how much y'all love a love reading. So let's see what there is to see. Not only for Ashley, but for everyone on the chat, in the chat, on the live, on the couch, on the toilet, wherever yous are. Let's get a love reading. Valentine's Day is coming up. It's a little bit of a crime to have had Valentine's Day right before Venus retrograde. It's a little fucked up for the stars to do that. But I think it's kind of funny. What do we got on the bottom of the deck? The Queen of Cups. Okay. Ooh. Emotional. We're emotional. Ooh, we don't trust it. Did you see that Seven of Swords flip out? Coming out or not? Look at that. They're just hanging out there. Well, if it's one thing that this is telling me with the Seven of Swords coming out and the Seven of Wands fully coming out, we're nervous. We're nervous and we don't trust it. Uh-oh. Oh no. We've had some opposition in the past that has made us not trust it. What are these cards that... And the cards literally coming out and sitting right on my hand, not even wanting to be revealed. It's like they're shy, you know? It's like they're kind of shy. They're like, oh no, I don't really want to... I don't want you to look at me. I'll look at you off camera first. Crazy. Crazy! Okay. Look, there she is again. She decided to come out. Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups coming out even after, especially after we were talking about her when we were shuffling. And then her not really wanting to be shown. You know your emotions are your superpower. You know it. You've accepted that. We need to let go of the other part of you that thinks that it's a weakness. Or that at the very least thinks your strength comes somewhere else. Your emotions are your strength. Accept it. Hate to break it to you. Your emotions are your strength. No matter how much you try to tell yourself that they're getting in the way of you getting that money, they're not. They're not. You are not being tempted anymore. In the reverse. In the reverse, you are not being tempted anymore. You are not giving in to temptation anymore. You are not giving into the version of you that gave into temptation anymore. You see this? Chained up. You might like that a little bit, but not really. Not really. You don't really like that. Tied up, maybe not chained up. Okay? I'm gonna keep it PG-13. Thank you. Oh. You got options, but you don't want options. You got options, but you don't want options. 7, 7, 7, 7. I'm putting this one face up. It came out like this, though. If we're gonna be honest, it came out like this. We all think we want the fairy tale ending. We all think we want to be the princess who gets rescued by their Prince Charming, who gets swept off their feet by their knight in shining armor. That sometimes other emotional fulfillment like friendship or like accomplishment doesn't feel like enough. That fairy tale shit is a scam. Because the story ends after she meets her prince. The story ends. Then it's over. Kaput. Finished. The end. Then what? They live happily ever after? Says who? How do we know? Where's the proof? Where's the proof? You have so much fulfillment. So much fulfillment. You are the queen of that emotional fulfillment. Only you choose to limit it for yourself. Look at all these queens. Holy cannoli. Thank you. Yeah. Hello. You did that. You did the queen of the mind games. You did that. Been there, done that. You did the queen of the get in the bag. Been there, done that. The queen that embraces her emotions. The queen that embraces her emotions, that knows the power in her emotions. And being able to find the value in new things with this page here. The queen already knows what she finds valuable. The page has new things to find valuable. Find the new things that you find valuable. Oh, get worked up. Stop looking for the disaster. Stop it. Everything you want is there. Everything you want is there when you stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. Everything is there. Everything is there. Everything is there. Everything is there for your shooting star. Everything is there. You have it all. You have it all. That's it. That's it. Do another voice note. Voicemail. How do we feel? This is what I was talking about before. This person has called once. They have texted me. This is clearly very important to them. It matters a lot. And I hope we can help them. I hope we can help them.
Hello. I have a question about my gas. And I was wanting to know, how can I stop farting? Hold on, excuse me 1 minute. I'm so sorry.
And you know what? The body is a vessel for the spirit, and we have to honor every part of our body. There was a fart. There was a fart in the call, and you know we don't judge too much. A little, but not too much. And you know, I understand, but it's really sounding to me. And we do have Shariah Wise in the chat. If you know anything about her, she is really on that gut health cleanse. You maybe need some bitters, or maybe you need some Sheila G or sea moss. I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to her, but it sounds like we've got some leftover shit in the gut. If we're being honest, it sounds like there's something in there, and honestly, it sounded a little wet. And so I do think maybe a doctor might need to be involved if we need, I don't know, if you need some medical help. That might be IBS or the Crohn's disease. Yeah. Shariah said send the gassy girl her way, and I think you could absolutely learn a thing or two from her. Tap in with Shariah. However, your gut is also your solar plexus. So that's telling me that we need to learn how to trust ourselves a little bit more, especially if we have all that gas and it's wet. And it sounded lethal. We really don't trust ourselves, and we need to learn how to trust ourselves. Exactly. Solar plexus, healthy gut. Solar plexus, healthy. It was a little wet. Okay, let's see. This one, the area code on this one was a little weird. And I didn't know where this was calling from. I didn't even know I could get calls from outside of the country. So let's see what this is. There's no transcription, so usually I get the words of what they are, and I get to see the words of the voice notes. But this one I can't see. So we're all gonna be surprised together. And this is a long one.
Yo, Auntie Claire, this Bigfoot. Yeah, the legendary Bigfoot.
Bigfoot? I booked the Bigfoot for the first call? Are you kidding me? I gotta turn it up. Hold on. I booked the Bigfoot? Are you kidding me? I haven't talked to him in years. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Well, really like 17th generation Bigfoot. You feel me? They call me little Bigfoot. You feel me?
God.
Cause y'all, the Bigfoot y'all know about, the one y'all been chasing, he been out of here. That's my great grandfather.
I must have known his granddaddy then, because I don't know this one.
He came out to give y'all the middle finger one time, and y'all been hunting him ever since. You feel me? But nah, this little Bigfoot. To be honest with you, I'm trying to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? My mom and pops won't let me roam. We've been in this cave for mad long, Auntie Claire. I just got my phone. I was so happy when I was able to get my phone working.
I was thinking the same thing. How on earth, how on earth did Bigfoot even manage to get a phone out wherever he's at? Who would have thought?
Stuff. We finally got service up here. You feel me? Like, we tall as hell, future. Auntie Claire, so, you know, we dumb up in the mountains. You feel me? Where the air is thin. You know what I'm saying? The air got to be thin for me. You feel me? But, I just want to know, I've been seeing what's going on. When I come down there, how y'all humans got it popping, how y'all little people get it popping, y'all doing something called twerking and stuff.
Little people?
I didn't, like, when I seen that, like, because we don't even got, like, we just got the TV up here. You know what I'm saying? It's real small. I don't know how y'all watch, like, TV on these little boxes. You guys are very small, right. So stop thinking we slow. Nah.
Why? He keeps calling me small. I mean, hey, I'll take it. I am small. I'm skinny. I'll take it. Actually.
Like, I'm home already, 5 steps. I just want to know, you know what I'm saying? Can y'all give the people up here.
Okay, we're getting to the question. I swear. I hope.
Some lessons on that. You get what I mean? Because they not moving like that. We too big, but I think it can happen.
If I'm getting this right, I mean, we still do have 15 seconds of this voice note. I think Bigfoot is wanting to know if they can dance.
You know what I mean? But that's just me. You know what I mean? This young Bigfoot.
Man, he talks a lot.
Signing off. That's what they call me up here. So don't trip. It's young.
He didn't even get to finish his thought. I wonder if he sent me another voicemail. I gotta give him a call because he needs somebody to talk to. Oh my God. I think Bigfoot is asking how to twerk or if it's possible. I can't imagine that it would be hard for Bigfoot to twerk. Let me know. What do you think, chat? Do we think Bigfoot could twerk? I think Bigfoot would have, like, I mean, he's muscular, of course, but, like, he's got to have some meat on his bones, or at least the hair. The hair would move around, right? You could shake the hair, and it might look like he was twerking. He's a yapper and a clapper. He's a yapper and a clapper, and I think he might just need some somatic healing. Maybe needs to go to one of those classes where a white lady teaches you how to twerk. And for those of you who don't know, I am a medium, even though I look more like a large. We have a question coming in about someone's son. And they want to know what they should energetically gift their son for his upcoming birthday. He would be turning 43. And I love that question. I think that is so beautiful because I think it is a really wise decision to give gifts to loved ones who have passed on from this physical realm because they never leave you. And they're always with you and they're always guiding you. So to honor them, even in their passing, is very, very important. I want to pull a card. Temperance. Did you see that? Temperance wanted to fall out. That's beautiful. I just got the feeling of like soup, or like not hot chocolate. It's warm. It's not coffee. It's not tea. It might be soup. I'm thinking it's soup, or like broth. Tomato juice. No, it's warm. Tomato soup. Tomato soup, maybe. Make yourself a tomato soup and a grilled cheese for yourself. Tomato soup and a grilled cheese. Wow, again. And you know what? Oh. All right. Yeah, comfort. Tomato soup and a grilled cheese. That's like comfort food. Chicken noodle, it's a comfort food. You have that if you're sick. You have that when you need a little bit of a hug from the inside. Give yourself a hug from the inside, sweetheart. Give yourself a hug from the inside. Oof, baby. If we're being honest. And I know this isn't the answer you were looking for. But you're here, so you're gonna get it. The biggest gift that you can give to your son who's passed is to love yourself even more. To stand up for yourself even more. To trust yourself even more. To speak up for yourself even more. To stand in your power even more. Comfort from the inside out. Thank you. Thank you. Vulnerability. Lip balm over it. She's vulnerable. She's bare naked in the middle of a field. In the dead of night, anything can happen to her. But she's out there. And she's just having a little bit of fun. She's just pouring some water out, getting herself some water, cleansing herself, not worrying about if anybody's going to look at her, see her, talk to her, if anybody's going to care. The way that we honor the people that have passed on is by loving ourselves more. Living for them even more. Living for them even more. Living for them even more. We have fun and games sometimes here, but sometimes we have to get real. Let's listen to another voice note.
Okay, Auntie Claire, I don't know what to do.
Oh no.
I feel like I'm someone else in my body right now because I'm experiencing this like alignment and experiencing the presence of all these people that I like practically worship. And I feel like I'm being pulled or pushed to these big things, and I don't know if I'm ready for them. So I feel like I can see me doing big things, but it's not me. And I don't know. Should I just back up? Should I keep going forward? I don't know what to do. Auntie Claire, please help me with some cards. I need you.
Ooh, this is big. This is big. There's a lot of layers in this. This is a great question. There's a lot of layers. First and foremost, stop worshiping people. Stop worshiping people. We can admire people. We can be impressed by people. We can honor people. We can love people. We can care for people. We can care about people. We can be inspired by people. Worshiping people we shall not be doing. Stop right there. Worshiping people we shall not be doing. Stop right there. Stop right there. However, I understand the sentiments and I understand the energy of approaching something that you feel like maybe it'll be a little bit too big for who you are. People like to call that imposter syndrome. I fucking hate those words. If we're being honest, I hate them. I feel like I got a hair in my eye. I'm not crying, I promise. I think when we're approaching these things that are intimidating maybe, or that very, very common fear of the unknown, we have to really be checking in with ourselves of, am I even enjoying this? That to me is the only fucking question you've got to ask yourself. Am I having fun? Do I fucking like this? Do I like this? If the answer is yes, then a little bit of fear might be pushing you in the right direction. A little bit of fear, a little bit of uncomfortability might be just pushing you to that next place. However, if you're not having any fun, if it's exhausting, if it's hard, if it's not empowering, if it's uncomfortable, then we got to check in with ourselves. Am I doing this for the wrong reason? Am I doing this because these people that I worship, which that might be the problem, potential, if we got that a little bit mixed up, you know? Am I uncomfortable because I'm listening to what worked for these people, but it might not work for me? You got to listen to yourself. You can listen to any self-help person out there. Any mentor, any coach, any reader, any practitioner. And they might have all the success in the world. But if you don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it. I can't be any more straight up than that. But from what it sounds like in your message, you do fuck with it. You do fuck with it, obviously. But there's a little bit of fear there. But you asked for the cards. We'll pull a couple cards. Because I think this question of imposter syndrome or whatever is really important to talk about, and it matters, especially when you are inviting and evoking really big things into your experience and you've never experienced those types of big things before. Or any other big thing you've experienced in your past has been uncomfortable. Now maybe you've tricked yourself that any big thing is uncomfortable. Maybe big things have had bad outcomes before. It might be an opportunity for you to show up for yourself. But we're going to see. Sometimes it's hard to feel worthy. Absolutely. And it's even harder to feel worthy whenever we put our worth into someone else or into something else or into even a version of ourselves that we're not yet. If we tell ourselves that I want to become this version of me because then I'll be worthy, we're already 2 steps behind, sweetheart. I'm all for cultivating yourself. By the way, Aquarius season is the perfect season to do that. I'm all for cultivating the self. However, if we are cultivating the self because we think that this self is shitty and you want to get to a self that's better, we're already 2 steps behind. We're already 2 steps behind. We gotta enjoy or at least accept the version that we are now, much less the version we've been, to get to a version of ourselves that we absolutely fucking love. You know? And it's a process. It's not overnight, but it is going to feel really big the first couple times, and then it's going to, feel like normal until it feels really big again because it's new again. That's just how it goes. But let's pull a couple cards. Thank you. Running around naked eating soup. Yes. Put it on a t-shirt. Again, this fucking card. God, that's the 3rd time. And you've all seen it. For the people, and this is something that Peachka told me, for the people who have been around with Peachka before, she talks about patterns in readings all the time. And especially when you've seen me shuffle a million fucking times and the same cards come out. That's why I want y'all to see that I am shuffling. I want you to see the cards coming out, and then I'm not just picking them off the top. Patterns matter. Patterns matter. Pattern matter. Pattern matter. Here we go. Thank you. And again. Interesting. So many cups. So many cups. Emotions are fucking rampant. Emotions are through the motherfucking roof right now. Let them be. However, this right here, this is what we got to talk about. And this is why I recommend not just listening to any old reader off the street. Because yeah, this card talks about heartbreak, and it talks about betrayal, and it talks about boohoo, sad, like we all know about, but it's deeper than that. This card is deeper than that. This card is really talking about the mental manipulation that we sometimes give ourselves, our mind taking us to painful memories on purpose. The mental lingering in painful memories on purpose. With what we're talking about, a version of you that wasn't worthy, a version of you that wasn't good enough, a version of you that didn't think you deserved these things. You are the master of your emotions when you allow yourself to feel them. Hey. Yes. It's like we're saying no. It's like we're deliberately ignoring the feelings, not letting them in. Because they're big. I get it. They're big. It's a lot. It's a lot. I understand. But these plans and this version of you, this powerful, powerful version of you that you know you can access, it's not being blocked. It's not being held from you. It's literally being saved from you so you can learn something before you fuck that up. It's like you gotta level up before you could try to fight that next monster or whatever. You can't go to the next Mario level if you haven't saved Peach or something. Thank you. Training mode. A mastery of a different part of self. It's like thinking that you did it, that you finished it, that you completed it, and realizing, oh, I didn't even start. That was the tutorial. That was the tutorial. I was just learning. Whoops. That was a dress rehearsal. And I thought that there was an audience out there, and I performed like there was an audience out there. Shit. I gave my all, and now I lost my voice. Fuck. I get it. And now I'm sad. Worrying. If I ruin my chances. Please. But the gag is, again, mental. Swords, mental. Swords, mental. Cups, emotions. You see how the only real, devastating ones are the mental ones? The swords are your mind. The swords, your mind, is what causes the problems. Your emotions are just fucking passing through. And your mind is what makes them worse than they actually are. So, get up out of your motherfucking head and get in your heart. Get in your cups. Pull the sword out. Get in your cups. They talk about filling your cup. Do it. Wow. How are we feeling? We got loads of other calls and texts that we'll get into next time. I know I said this is going to be every new moon, but this was really, really fun, my shooting stars. So maybe we'll do this a little bit more. Who knows? Let's get into one final reading for the evening. Get a message for the collective. One final message. Thank you. Oh, that's new. Okay, first off, it's coming. The seed has been planted. You're not being patient enough. It's all coming together. You're not being patient. When you plant a seed, the plant doesn't grow overnight. It doesn't bloom the next day. It takes time. Time, patience, care, nurturing, love. All of the natural elements like sunlight, water, etc., etc. Don't change your plan. Don't pivot just because it's not happening as quick as you want it to. More importantly, don't cheap out on a cop-out idea just because it's not working out the way you want it to. Thank you. Twos in reverse. Daddy's in hers because it's twos in reverse. It's horrible. Claire, get it together, Claire. Okay. You're panicking because it's not going the way that you thought it was going to go, babe. Relax. You haven't even seen the outcome yet. You're panicking. Thank you. It's happening. You're trying to rush it now, and whenever things are coming at the pace that they're going to be coming at, you're going to be overwhelmed because you haven't taken a break and enjoyed the time of patience and rest and waiting. The time of waiting is natural. Things are not instantaneous. The internet has changed that for everybody. Things are not instantaneous. They take time. They take time to gestate. Look it up. Gestate. So that way the momentum can be picked up. So that way things can pick up speed. So that way you can become a version of you that can actually handle those things rather than trying to bite off more than you can chew. End up choking. Thank you. Yeah. Why are you doubting the plan? Because you think it's not going to make you money? Shut up. Don't doubt yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Stop beating yourself up over it. Give it up. Give it a rest. Rushing yourself. But it's not only that. It's convincing yourself that you're wasting time. That's a psychological, what did I say before? The mind is the swords. The mind is the swords. Thank you. There it is again. This worrying about the temptation, worrying about self-sabotage, falling into self-sabotage, I gotta cover it up again, is making you not do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Keep practicing. Doesn't matter how many times you've done it. It doesn't matter how perfect each one looks. That one should be the one, right? No, keep going. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. One more card. Thank you. There she is. We haven't seen her all night. We saw her other sisters. With these wands, it makes sense. The wands have kind of been hiding from us all evening. You are restricting this intuitive, passionate, creative, self-assured version of you. You are restricting that from coming forward. And it's painful. It hurts. You get to be that. patient. If we're patient. If we're patient. If we don't keep changing our mind, changing our plans, beating ourselves up, not believing in ourselves, self-sabotaging, then, like I said before, access is restricted. You're not ready. You're not ready. But you could get ready if you stop doubting yourself when you plant those seeds. How do we feel, my shooting stars? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my shooting stars, but I'm not, because we all need to hear it. Getting clear on the vision allows the plan to unfold. The plan gets to be a co-creative experience with you and Source, with you and God, with you and the universe, whatever you want to call it. That gets to be a co-creative experience. That gets to be you and not just you. And I know for a lot of my shooting stars in here, you're used to it being just you, because all the other humans have somehow not held their weight when you've been convinced that you need to hold the weight for all these other people. Okay, I love yous. I will see you soon. Leave me a call, send me a voicemail. So I'm gonna go. I love you, babes. I love my shooting stars. Let's party.